What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we chopping this game over here, man. Had to tap into this one, man. So it's what I'm saying. It's been some back and forth, well, ain't been no back and forth, but for a long time now, Dame Dash, Jay-Z ain't been kicking it like that. Ain't been cool at all. It don't seem like ever since that split off with Roc-A-Fella. And so the way that went down was they started in '96 with the company Roc-A-Fella, and by 2004 the company was sold to Def Jam. Once they sold it to Def Jam, that's when they made Jay-Z like put him basically like in charge type stuff, and Dame, didn't have no parts of it, and so he felt, slighted by Jay-Z basically. Things like that, and it's been kind of like legal issues back and forth. They say just recently Dame Dash had to settle $800 and something thousand debt, so he had to sell part of Roc-A-Fella, whatever part of Roc-A-Fella he was selling, to cover a $800 and something thousand debt that he had. Crazy workulation, but like I say, man, like in another video I was actually saying, man, it don't seem like Jay-Z will even mention Dame Dash name. You know what I'm saying? Dame, of course, he'll speak his piece, but you ain't heard really Jay say Nathaniel. He's keeping it moving, and kind of confirmation in a way that man Memphis Bleek speaks on it. And Memphis Bleek, one thing about it, he kind of stayed down with Jay-Z. To me, maybe I'm wrong, but to me, Memphis Bleek to Jay-Z is kind of like what Tony Yayo is to Fifth. Like, they both, they didn't drop the albums. They can rap, but they stick close. Like Memphis Bleek, he stay off in the mix with Jay-Z. Stay there, you ain't really heard no music from him, but he stay off in there in case whatever is needed, I guess. If he needs to jump on something, he's there for it. Or just whatever. They must be real tight and still cool. Just like Tony Yayo and Fifth, they still, Tony Yayo sticks around, and they still obviously got, a cool relationship with each other. Well, he says, that Jay-Z and Dame Dash will never speak again. A line was crossed. So, Jay-Z ain't got to say it. Memphis just said it, because, Jay-Z was fighting a bunch of cases, accusations and stuff. And around that time, around those times, Dame Dash would come in and speak his piece on it, on different serious cases, accusations against Jay. Like with the alleged rape stuff, just all that crazy stuff. You can go back and see, videos of Dame, saying, his piece on Jay, different things like that. I guess, like I said, you didn't ever really hear nothing from Jay, but I guess he was paying attention, and that, further let him know, oh, no, because Memphis Bleek was saying that there's no return from stuff like that. And he's like, how can I even bring that up to Jay-Z to make him feel like he should even, consider, talking to Dame again and all that after what's been done type of stuff, And I guess he's saying that Jay-Z looked at him as a, bro, close person, things like that. And now he feels that he's, when the heat was on him, that same dude, after their little disagreements or whatever, went bad on them. You got some people that say, like that Rivera, how he was just saying that, hey, I feel like Jay-Z left Dame out, and could have looked out for him a little bit more than what he did. You know what I'm saying? But Memphis saying, hey man, no, a line has been crossed, and don't even expect it. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Don't even expect it. You know. So, you know, looks like he's like you say Jay-Z is standing on it because you ain't heard him mention Dame name at all. All the interviews about what happened came from Dame. You know what I'm saying? But he like I said, he didn't have to say nothing. Memphis Bleek is close to him, so he's even saying, "Hey, I can't put sugar on it and bring it to Jay and make him want to indulge in that." So you know what I'm saying? But I was wondering what that was, if it was even possible with all the stuff that's been kicking off here lately. I guess this is a way of setting the record straight. Like, nah, I don't know. Because Bleek did an interview and they were asking like if they would ever talk, Jay-Z and Dame would ever talk. He really just flat out said nope. So, I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think about this though, man. Have you seen? Well, they say too. I guess that Jay-Z, not Jay-Z, but Dame spoke on Jay-Z kids or stuff like that too. I guess just stuff that Jay-Z has taken personal, since all this been kicked off. And so, but like I say, man, y'all think Jay-Z taking it too far from what you've maybe observed yourself? Or Dame ain't did that much, and man, you know why he acting like that, and but it's kind of hard to put a bill, because that's what it's just like saying, like, hey, be cool with Dame again, and then help him out financially. I can't see them being cool again. And who am I? I can't make up no decision. I mean, it's gonna go however it go. But a lot of people might know more than I do about a decision of what all done happened on where the decision, which direction the decision should go. But it's gonna go like it is, I guess, because it doesn't seem like Jay is even worried about that, or even considering it, So I guess like it's one of those things. Let the chips fall where they may, and they didn't fail, and that's the way it's looking right now. But like I say, man, like y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all think they'll ever chop it up again? Do y'all think they still chop it up low key? I don't think so. But I mean, can you see them even? One thing Jay is in a whole, he's in a whole nother space right now. Where Dame, I mean, he's just not on that level, I guess you could say. He's just not on that level, and I don't know if Jay will ever turn around and reach back or look back down or reach back down to grab his hand like that. I mean, I can't really see it. I mean, I guess the way everything ended, with that Roc-A-Fella stuff, it's like, I guess, like 50 in game. I don't believe they'll ever, be cool again either. But yeah, it's another one over here, Game Chopper TV. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this though, man. Is Jay-Z wrong? Is Dame wrong? Are they both wrong? Should Jay-Z help Dame? Or should they just stay away from each other and do their own thing? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments though. Another one over here, Game Chopper TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we are chopping this game over here, man.